API that allows us to retrieve different lesson objects for a particular module, and we can certainly pass in different IDs for different modules, right? And so we like to be able to do this from our application right here in this lesson tabs, right? So let's use one of these, this URL. Let's copy that, and let's head over to our source code, and in our lesson tabs, right, in our component here, we'd like to be able to render that, right? So let's head over to the component, and what we'll do is that we first need to retrieve, right, the module for which we want to render the lessons, right? We need this right here. We need that value, but in the lesson tab. So let's do that first. Let's go fetch this ID, right? Which is where? It's the MID probably. Remember from the routing, I think we called it MID. Yeah, we called it MID. Yep. So let's fetch that first. So we need the module ID here. Module ID. We're going to initialize it to be empty. We'll use an activated route service. So activated route. And in here, we're going to listen for the parameters that change, right? And we will be notified of those parameters, of which we're going to parse out the module ID from the params.mid, right? We can then use that, right? We can then use that to fetch information, right? We can say fetch, right? And we can paste the URL and use that module ID, which we just parsed from the URL. So this module ID, right? And presumably this is going to give us the lessons for that module. So then this is going to be lessons, and we're going to copy it into our local lessons, which we don't have yet. Okay, and we'll have it as an empty array at first. So this is lessons is an empty array. Okay, and then in our HTML, we can just iterate over that, right? We can just say iterate over this. So this will be UL class. This would be a list group, right? And then we're going to iterate over this. This will be a list group item, and this will be an ng4 that is going to declare a lesson of lessons, right? And render here the lesson title, like that, right? All right, so let's try that out. Let's see if this blows up. All right, there we go. So we have Redux, React, component, ES6 for the lesson tabs, right? Or the ones for the module, right, that we select here dynamically and we update here, right? Make sense? All right.